Boom, boom. This is Skinner, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a little bit of Soul Land Reloaded up today. So this happened yesterday, but I didn't get a chance. I had some prior commitments for yesterday, so I was unable to do a video on this particular update. So let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit today for those of you who might not have seen it. So if you look at my diamonds, you'll notice that I have 65,786 diamonds. Now, if you'll notice in the videos before that, I had about 20,000 diamonds. So where did I get all these diamonds at? Well, I got all these diamonds from the Sea God Island. They reset the Sea God Island. So they redid the format. It's a completely different format now. It used to be you would island hop around these little islands. You'd like 3 islands, and there would be like 3 on each of the actual islands, 3 little sorties or battles, and then you'd go, and then you'd clear and go to the next one. And it might be a little bit different, but it always had a similar format. Well, it's completely redone now. So when you open it up the first time, it's going to re-explain what the Sea God Island was. You know, how the Shrek 7 went there to train to get stronger. And then it's going to come to the screen, and it'll allow you to jump all the way back to where you were on the formal or the previous Sea God Island version. I was at 134, chapter 134, so it kicked me all the way up to chapter 134. I ended up walking away with about, when that was said and done, I had about 74,000 diamonds. I've spent about 10,000 today. On something here. I'll show you here in a few minutes what that is. But so you're going to have a complete they're completely redo it on this. So like I say, I'm at 134, so it's a different format now. It's no longer a island hopping extravaganza, so to speak. So it's a little bit different. So that's where it is. So that's where you're going to get all those diamonds from. Now, what did I spend all those diamonds on? Well, today, I didn't get a chance to really spend them much yesterday because, like I say, I hit the game quick yesterday, did my dailies, and then I had to get off because I had some other stuff planned with the family. But today, they came out with this event. Well, actually, it came out yesterday, but as I said, I really didn't have a chance. This opened up just this morning, so this was not here because I knew I would not have missed this. This is an excellent, excellent, excellent time-limited event. So we've got our weekly stuff here. That should already be cleared out, but they've got some new stuff in the time-limited sale, which is awesome. They've got the Spirit Source. As I said, you always need to look for this. If you see this, get it. They're always going to have some that you can buy, but when they do generally have a time limited pack that you can buy, they usually have some free ones. It's not a lot. In this case, it's only 45 of them, but it's definitely something that you should pick up. Okay, you should have an excess of diamonds right now. Like I said, I had 75,000 this morning, or 74,000 when I logged in this morning. And as you can see, I've been buying stuff. I bought all the Doomstones, bought all this. I bought some more of the chests. I should be able to make a full set of this now. Some Sea God wings. You definitely want to get them as well. So this is just a really top of the line package. There's also a bunch of mats. So this is definitely something that you want to look into and purchase a lot of this stuff. Okay, so that's under that. They've got Soulbone chest up event. If you come up, Soulbone chests are also, but you purchase these with actual, diamonds. Okay, so this is a chance if you're running a little bit low, but 10,000, that's a lot of enhancement materials there. So. And then the Doomstones, and then right here at 75 times, another 45 of the Spirit Source. So this might be something that you want to consider. I think the reason they came out with this particular Soulbone chest at this event, because the Soulbone event is the event that they end up, let's face it, Soulbones are where the game is sort of kind of at. You get your most BP advancement working with your Soulbones. Okay, you get BB enhancements with doing your standard character enhancement, doing your standard equipment enhancements, but the real jump in your BP and your power comes from your soul bones. Getting those soul bones, getting a red set, which is the best set, which is only available through these chests. You can't purchase these in the store. You can only get the orange and the yellow defense and hit points respectively from the store. They're not bad sets. They're good sets, and they're S rank sets, but they're not as good as the attack set, which is right here in these chests. And you can only get these when they offer them. So, which is why they don't offer them very often. And when they do, you need to snatch them up. And I've been snatching them up for the last month and a half, 2 months, to get a full set. And I think now I can actually make a full 4 set because it takes 60. So you're looking for about 240 to make a full set. So, but the Soulbone chest is it's the most diamond intensive portion. You're going to spend a lot of diamonds getting all the mats and stuff that you need to get. You need to get, this. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Soulbone breakthrough stones. This is not for this enhancement for this is for the extended Soulbones. So as you can see, just Soulbones in a enveloping sense, encompassing everything associated with Soulbones. It's the most diamond intensive faction. So having that right after they gave you a bunch of diamonds is really nice. So you're not going to spend them on anything else. I mean, as I've been saying a long time, you really need roughly to try to keep 10,000 or above as your minimum. You can go below it, but don't go too far below it. And that's simply because of the fact that the next event is going to come out. That next event is probably going to have some shards that you need to buy inside the shop, and it can range anywhere from 3,000 to 6,000 in terms of how much that's going to cost. Plus, they'll usually throw one or two other really nice items in there that are going to be another 2,000. So it's not uncommon to jump about between 9,000 and 10,000 per event. So you want to make sure that you're entering, when the events are going to hit, which is roughly every 3 days, that you're going to have enough. You're going to have about 9,000 to 10,000 in there, so you'll be able to purchase what you need. But then understand that the next event you might, because you can usually get it back up within a week. You can usually get back up to 15 to 20,000 if you play the game as much as I do, which is pretty much I play it every single day. And I spend a large amount of time just doing enhancements and stuff. But there's just so much to do in terms of enhancing everything. So it's quite intensive. So it's not something that you can just play 20, 30 minutes a day and expect to advance. You're not going to be able to do that in this game. It's much more labor intensive. You can do your basics. Such as your dailies and stuff. A lot of that can be taken up with Woo's assistant. That takes care of all the basic stuff. But just even after that, you still have to go in. You got to check all the shops. You got to get all the S shards that you can get. And if you really focus, I can average between 60 to 80 S shards a day on a daily basis. I can get that easy. If you just looking at this is just the shop function, okay. Anything below 10,000, I generally let run. I generally unclick that simply because of the fact that I'll manually do that. Okay, so these are just these basic shops, and we'll see how many actual shards I come up with just from this is just the shop, one time shot through the shop with the assistant, based on the settings that I have developed. So this is all stuff that you would have to manually do in the game. Doing this to get all this stuff manually would take roughly 25 or 30 minutes. So we got 10, so we got 26. I'm not going to do the math, but as you can see, I'm probably close to 60 to 70 just in this one pass, okay? And you get shards from other stuff too, and there are several shops, which I've unchecked because I want to manually do those. The way I have my shop set up, it not only purchases S shards, in some cases it purchases materials that are harder to get inside of the levels using stamina. You can purchase those in the shop, so I'm a little bit selective on that. So these I'll go through manually and do, but I will end up coming roughly about between 80 to 100 daily without much of a problem. And that's what you need. You need that to advance. So you should be doing this and setting this up. I always run the Sea God Island manually because I like to run stages based on how much to get the actual rewards. But see, you can do a lot of this stuff just through the shop, through Woo's Assistant. And as you can see, uh, you know, 960 diamonds. So as you can see, you can get what you need to really do that. You can start watching advertisements as well too to get a little bit more inside of the actual XP houses. The coin house and the XP house, you can actually use those a little bit differently. And then I check my, I want to make sure I'm fairly low. Like these, I need to really sort of kind of adjust these to go back in and do these manually. But just for today, I'll just do them things. So manually, you want to do it manually, like every couple of days to reassert your ranking, because your ranking slightly adjusts and you slight to go out. So you want to adjust your ranking back down as close as you can and as high as you can, because generally you get a little bit more rewards, but these rankings are not too far out of the top. Battle of the Clouds, if I focus, I can usually get within 50 to 60 level. Arena, I can usually get between 40 and 50. The soda ranking, I can usually get, soda ranking fluctuates quite a bit, but I can usually get down around between 100 and 150 in the Soto arena. So you want to focus on those things. And then of course the sect, this is one thing you should always be doing, because this clears out your sect. And if depending on when you're doing it, because the battles, the sect challenge don't open up until like 10 o'clock. So if you're doing it early in the morning, it won't do these because they haven't opened up yet. But see, this just saves you the hassle of having to go into your sect and do it one at a time. So you can save a lot of time. You can save I'd say the Woo Assistant saves you probably an hour, maybe a little bit more than an hour's worth of time that you would have to manually do all this stuff, but just doing it through Woo Stop, and then you go back through and hit everything. But so you've got a lot of diamonds right now. I suggest spending them on the Soulbone materials as much as you can, because because they don't really got anything else going on except for the Soulbone event and the Crimson Sky Luo event. But this, you should be finishing this up pretty soon. It ends today, so there's some stuff that you want to purchase with this. But as you can see here inside the Hidden Weapon Exchange, maybe get a few things. But purchase a frame if you want to. Some props, get some related quartz probably, because I'm really not focused on collecting any of these. I've got a bunch of shards, so I'll probably just end up getting the related quartz because I need to level up the Eye of Terror. That's one of the things that we've been having, obtaining the Eye of Terror. Now we've got to level it up. It's an SS plus hidden weapon, so you definitely want to make sure that you can level it up. So I focus a lot on the quartz when that's required. But yeah, so run through that. But yeah, so the new Sea God Island, it's the format. So you should be able, if you weren't doing that before, if you were, unfortunately, then you're not, it's not going to reset for you, and you won't get the diamonds. But yeah, I got like 45,000 diamonds, 45,000 diamonds from that. So that's definitely something you can spend on the event. There'll be the time limit of the shop event will be coming back up pretty soon. So you can always use it there. But yeah, that Soulbone event came at a popular time when they got all these diamonds. So yeah, I should be set with diamonds for the foreseeable future. This should run me for at least the next month or two before I get back down to 20,000. But yeah, so that's where all the diamonds came from. So as you can look, I'm at 516. So moving up, jumping up. A lot of it has to do with just working on soul bones. The hidden weapon, Eye of Terror, right here is a good way to do that. This allows you to expand the encyclopedia in that. And soul tool technology, you can get large BP drops from those as well. I actually, all of these events that are coming out here are useful at this point. We're going to be seeing SS plus equipment from all facets, so you want to participate in these events as much as you can. So yeah, there's really not a whole lot going on. Like I say, time limit event, they got the Soulbone event going on, so you definitely want to jump in there for that. Like I say, all this stuff is Soulbone related. Even the Doomstones, that's a Soulbone related advancement item. So you want to get that. Definitely want to snatch up all those Spirits Horses. Crimson Sky, make sure that you use all of the actual tattered pages in the exchange here. Okay, make sure that they're all gone. Purchase some keys or something to make sure that you use all of them, so that there's none left inside of your bag. Because this is going to clear out today, so everybody should have gotten the remaining shards. I believe they gave us. What did they give us? I think they gave us 60 shards. Yeah, 60 out of the 90. So we'll have 2 more events to get the remaining 30 probably. But keep an eye out active for those. Active wheels back up, of course, as always. That'll be in over the weekend, so you definitely want to participate in that. And we'll have the actual. Where is the? They have the. It should be in here. I don't see the actual week. Where's the weekly event at? They have the weekly event in here somewhere. It's generally. I think it's generally in the time limit, but I don't see that. But it should be in here somewhere. And that's the event that goes over the weekend. But they might not be having it because they threw the Soulbone event up, occurring that, because I don't see the weekly occurs over the weekend. The 3 events, no, I don't see it in there. It's not a daily event, so it's not going to be in here either. So it doesn't look like they're going to be having that this weekend, because they popped it up right smack dab whenever the Soulbone event came up. Having a secret shop comes to them. No, it doesn't look like they're going to have it this weekend. Well, we'll get it. We'll get it next weekend maybe. But yeah, so it might also pop up tomorrow. But yeah, log in Saturday 10, log in Sunday 12. Yeah, it pop up tomorrow, so that's not today. It's only Friday. Days are a little bit off. But yeah, so that's an excellent event. So get in there for those soul bones. Other than that, pretty much basic stuff. Make sure you do your heaven do, and make sure you get rid of your tattered pages. And we'll have another video probably in the next couple days, because I'm going to have another event of Soulbone enhancement trials this evening, since I didn't have a chance to do much of it in terms of the last couple of days. And we'll get those things out, and but it's going to be a pretty big BP jump. And remember to keep some of those diamonds, because we're going to have the Ren event. I was expecting to see that. I've never seen them actually put shards for a character inside of the Soulbone event. So I don't think so. Did not see any shards in here for that, so you don't have to worry about that. So after this event ends is probably when we're going to see the event for Ren. It will not be, if they hold to actual format. It won't be the God of Angels event. It will be the event for a new character or something along that lines, and they'll stick her shards inside of there so we can purchase them from there. Okay, that's the way I think it's going to go out. Now, if you opened up the actual chat, this was a straight flat reward that came inside the chest yesterday when I did my your daily mail opening. This was in there. Okay, they stuck only got 8. They stuck Ren shards inside of here, so I haven't cast this in yet because I'll have to wait and see how many they give. I think they did that because of the fact that they normally throw SS plus shards out. They normally throw 15 of them out. If they throw 15 of them out, we're still going to be 5 short. Okay, so we'll have to wait and see what they do. So I think they gave us those. I think they gave us that chest just in case you come up a little bit short, so that you'll have it. So I'm waiting. I think the next event they should give us 20. Okay, but I know that one time they gave us 15. So we might be a little bit on the outs here. So so if they come out with 20, we'll be in good shape. If they didn't come out with 20 and they only come out with 15 shards as the option, then we'll still have that chest which has Ren shards in it. So that's why I'm holding off on using the chest. I'm probably going to use the chest on her anyway, just to start on her divine skill. But holding off on that. But keep that in your things. You might want to hold off on that, so don't spend it on Clear Sky or Bow yet. Let's wait and see what happens. But I would expect here within the next sometime, probably by the middle of next week, maybe as soon as Monday or Tuesday, we'll see an event where we can actually snatch up the shards. It would not surprise me at all if it's the event that pops after this event closes. So it could very well be. I don't think it'll be tomorrow, but it will definitely. It wouldn't surprise me if they did it on Monday, and we'll be able to actually get the finals and complete Ren, and then we'll start leveling her up. But yeah, we'll have a video on that regardless. But I just wanted to point out that the Sea God shop has been redone, new look. I've still got to go through and claim all these rewards. There's no way to do this auto, so I'm like having to go. I'm having to click through every single one of these, and I have to do, I have to do it all the way up until I get to 153. I did some yesterday, but like I say, I really didn't have a lot of time yesterday. Life called, so but now I just have to go through and click all these. As you can see, we're getting a bunch more diamonds from here as well too, as well as a bunch of excellent mats. But you can see a lot of diamonds. I'm at 80. I've got to go to 150, so I'll do it later. I'm not going to bore you with that. But yeah, as you can see, we're getting a bunch more diamonds. So you should have an abundance of diamonds. So I'm hoping they have the time limited sale where they come up. They have the icon on the the interface here where you can click and you can buy all of the mats and stuff at discounted prices. So yeah, definitely be able to go wild in there and purchase a lot of the stuff to replenish your mats because you got the diamonds to do it. But yeah, so yeah, Sea God Island's redone. That's where all the diamonds from. So get in there, reset it, pull in everything, and thanks to the developers or whoever did developers for redoing it and allowing us to speed through. When it first opened it up, I almost had an apocalyptic fit because I'm like, oh my god, I gotta start all over again. But they have the button that you can click on, and that'll take you back to where you were before. So it's like, man, I gotta climb all the way through those levels again. I was at 150. Like, but then I saw, speed function. So you're able to zip forward to where you need to be with the sweep. So you'll be able to get to where you need to be. Back to where you need to be, and it looks a lot different, but it's generally, it looks different, but it's got the same. You would do 3 fights and get a chest. You would do 3 fights and get a chest. You would do 3 fights and get a chest, and then you go to the next level. So it's identical. The basic format is the same. It just looks different. Okay, so it hasn't been a change. The rewards are even pretty much the same as they were before as well. You get a couple awakening keys, as well as a little bit of diamonds. So there's really not a whole lot in terms of different, but it just looks a lot different. I wanted Sea God Island. The interface always seemed a little. I don't want to say dated because it's not really an old game. But it had a sort of. It was just like an old dated look to it, even though and the function finder was absolutely no problem with it whatsoever. But now they've given it a more streamlined look with these nice fancy buildings, and they've got a nice little boat right here with the water. So they've given it a little bit more updated appeal. I like it. It looks nicer. We'll have to see what the next stage looks like. Maybe they'll switch back to an island stage, but most of the stages have looked like this or very similar to this, so I don't think we'll see much of a change in terms of that. But yeah, so get in there, reset that, get all of the diamonds and all of the mats that comes with it, and start working on it again, and we will check in here in a few days after we see exactly what they're going to do with Rens. So we can get those final Ren shards. But yeah, I'm expecting maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest So we'll have to see. But if anything interesting pops up, we'll probably do a video tomorrow. Something's going to pop up after this Crimson event ends. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be. It's really difficult. The only places that you can find with information about this are not in English. So it's exceedingly difficult. And the ones I have found that were in English weren't accurate. So I don't use those sources anymore. So, yeah, there are places that you can find the stuff. But I like to go ahead and just, since I plan and for any event or any type of surprise happening, try to. It's really not, I like to keep myself a little bit surprised when the next event comes up. But we're hoping it'll be a rent event here pretty soon. But we'll have to see. But either way, go ahead and get in there and knock out the Sea God and get all your diamonds, all right? So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you've subscribed, you'll click on that bell and you'll be able to get notified each time I drop a video. Also remember to like and share the video as it tickles the YouTube algorithm pink and it gets more views of the video. This is Ken Rear, still coming at you from the corner, signing out.